What's up, Eagles fans? This is Steve Hyder here with Gate Sports Channel, and we'll call this an instant reaction to the Eagles and Atlanta game. But truth be told, this is being made on Monday morning. I needed some time to process this, and this is what I'm going to say to start this video. What a fucking game. Like, I'm not pleased with the results of the Eagles losing that game, but nonetheless, we got treated to basically a playoff game in week 2 because these two teams came out playing like it was the goddamn NFC division title game. And wow, that was one hell of a fucking game.
Buck, this is a fun matchup. The quarterbacks everybody knows about. When you've got a big-time player in Carson Wentz, the way he looked like an MVP a couple years ago, going up against the guy who has hoisted that MVP trophy, and Matt Ryan. Can't wait for this one.
So, this game absolutely lived up to the hype. This was the third straight game that it came down to the final drive of the game to decide who was going to win it. I don't know what it is about Atlanta and Philly, but when they get together, man, it's like classic NFL shit. I mean, I hate we came out on the losing end of it, but at the same time, man, it was a thrilling game to watch.
Make it. Now it comes down to a fourth down for the Eagles. Right there. Wentz fires. It's caught and is forward.
Let's get down to the elephant in the room. Carson Wentz didn't have his best game. We can make excuses. Sure. He was missing a lot of offensive production. Alshon Jeffrey didn't play. Deshaun Jackson didn't play. Dallas Goedert didn't play. We lost Nelson Aguilar for a stretch of that game. Like, it wasn't ideal. Not ideal at all. And of course, that impacted the offensive formations we could use because I obviously I didn't see any 12 or 13 man personnel running this game. Not that we still couldn't have. I didn't understand the coaching decision not to plug in Vaitai, not to plug in Dillard, and still run some 12 and 13 man personnel and just really get physical with Atlanta. But nonetheless, what I saw from Carson Wentz was at times him not stepping into his throws, throwing off his back foot, and being highly, highly inaccurate at times. He cleaned it up. He played a lot better. And make no mistake, the offensive line did him no favors. Not in this game. Against a very good defensive Atlanta team. So, elephant in the room, Carson Wentz didn't have his best game tonight. You're not going to have it every single week. He was still good enough to win that game. We were right there. But, you know, it wasn't MVP level Carson Wentz this time.
Throws to under blitz coming, and they get to him, but he gets away and then launches it down. Back in the center. Wentz dancing, buying time, fires way short.
All right. It's time for me to fess up. I challenged the ineptitude and the ability of Atlanta to play defense. Straight up, I thought they were kind of soft, and they did. They looked soft against Minnesota. Now, in later videos, I did say I didn't expect Atlanta to play that badly again. I thought Atlanta was a good football team that just had a really, really bad outing. But you know what? You got to say when you're wrong, man. And you want to shut up people from talking shit about your team? Play like Atlanta did last night. Because there's nothing I can say to criticize them. They played a damn good defensive game. And let me just call it out. There were 5 players I thought won the game for Atlanta. Grady Jarrett. Grady Jarrett is going to have Isaac Suamalu like dreaming about, fuck, how do I block this guy? Because he was very disruptive. I thought there were things the Eagles could have done to counteract that, and they didn't do it. Like, I don't know why the hell they didn't. I don't know why they didn't. I don't know why they didn't slap right on Grady Jarrett and run off to the left. Didn't make any sense to me why they didn't do that. Why you didn't go 12 or 13 man personnel. I know we were down a tight end. That's partially personnel decisions on Doug Peterson's part, which didn't make any damn sense. But nonetheless, like, we could have brought in an offensive lineman as at 12 for the 12 personnel, and 13th we could have brought in 2 for the personnel, and we just didn't do that. Vic Beasley Jr. He brought the pass rush. He was, you know what? He was disruptive. He got around the edge. I mean, I thought Lane Johnson did a really good job on him, but nonetheless, he was going to be completely kept out of the game. Deion Jones, man, that's a fast-moving linebacker. Like I thought the play-by-play did an excellent job of showing how we were trying to move Sayamalu down in to hit Deion Jones, but he was so damn fast we couldn't get to him. Like Deion Jones, like this looked like a 2016 Atlanta defense to me. Desmond Trufant. When Wentz made a mistake, Trufant made him pay for it. You can't take away from Trufant. Like, could he have done that with Deshaun Jackson and Alshon Jeffrey on the field? I don't know. I think it would have been a lot harder. But you can't blame Atlanta. It's not their fault who does and doesn't play. All they can do is play to who the hell's on the field. And they did a damn good job of that last night. And then lastly, Keanu Neal. They had an enforcer in their safety position. And he made a couple of our receivers, including Zach Ertz, pay for going across the middle. Their defensive scheme was good. I can't knock them on it. Like, they played a very good defensive game, just like the Eagles did.
Atlanta rushing 4. Wentz under pressure. Look out. Sacked. Wentz fires and...
So, in every loss, you learn something. You learn something about your football team, especially the good teams. Not everything was negative about the Eagles. What I learned is, you know what? The defense, it can be relied upon a little bit. That game against Washington was not an accurate reflection of what our defense really is. That it was an anomaly, it was week 1 jitters, and it was going against a receiver in Washington who's actually starting to show that he might be something in McLaurin. He's a good football player. I thought Rasul Douglas played really well last night. I thought Sidney Jones had an okay game. Yeah, I felt a little bit that, you know, there were some bigger plays over the top and there were some miscommunications. I'll admit that I'm not sold completely on the depth at our safety position. It might be time to go get Fitzpatrick, to be real, from the Miami. Because Sendejo, to me, on the one deep pass to Ridley that hit in the end zone, that really wasn't on the corner. Sendejo got caught up looking at it. I think it was the tight end, and didn't get deep enough like he was supposed to be because he was supposed to be the overtop help, and he provided none, and it made our cornerback look like he got burned. Truth be told, it wasn't an accurate reflection of the coverage, and it was really on Sendejo. But I felt like we learned a lot about the Eagles. And one of the things I think I learned about the Eagles is that, boy, for all the shit people talked about Matt Collins had a hey, I'm still on this damn team moment. Played great on special teams last night. He actually produced when we needed him to in the receiver role. I've been saying that I thought people were being a little bullish on Matt Collins. That, to be real, I felt like he's not just some special teams type player. Like, he can produce, he can have offensive production. And I think he showed that last night. That he's on this team because he can actually play the game of football. He's just, you know, he's an injury guy. He's a guy you always in the back of your mind, like, damn, I hope he stays healthy. You know, we do have those type of players on our team. And, hey, you know what? Matt Collins wasn't one of those guys last night, and he showed up when we needed him.
Cameron Johnston coming off a great season. Angles this kick. A fair catch is called for, but it bounces. Can they stop it? And they are in.
A contested catch guy.
Right,
Some
third
point,
down
give
and
him
9.
a chance.
Wentz looks the other way. Somehow gets away for the moment.
Whoa.
Throws under pressure.
All right. I'm going to close this out after this little point here, guys. So, what was the ultimate reason why Atlanta won that game? The ultimate reason Atlanta won that game was they righted the ship defensively, okay? They have a defensive-minded coach who's calling their defensive plays, and it showed last night. And he went out and brought back somebody to basically complement him from the offensive side, which was Dirk Cutter. And boy, oh boy, did Dirk Cutter call the right play at the right time. And all I can do is take my hat off to him because it was a damn good play call. Roll the film.
Back here as the play clock is at 1. They do. Off they go. Catches made. Get the first and a lot more. Julio Jones out in front. He's going to go all the way. Touchdown.
All right, guys. What can you say there? It was a ballsy play. It took cojones. Dirk Cutter made an incredibly accurate call. Eagles went all-out blitz. It was ballsy to take your left tackle, Matthews, and run him out basically on a wide receiver screen to deliver a game-winning block on a corner. Look, if that corner sidesteps him, whew, it wouldn't have been good in Atlanta this morning. But he made the ballsy play. It was the right play. He knew exactly what Jim Schwartz was going to do because Jim Schwartz kept going back to that because, you know, you can't blame Schwartz. You go after the weakness of that team. That team was hurting offensively on the offensive line. You're going to test offensive line. You're going to keep bringing pressure until they show you they can beat it, and they beat it. It sucks. It was ballsy. It was 4th and 3. It was the right call. It was the right time. Hey, shit happens. We move on to week 3, guys. It sucks. The Eagles lost. I'm still confident going forward. We didn't go out there with all of our tools. So we'll see what happens when we get to the postseason because I do believe we'll be seeing Atlanta in the postseason. All right, y'all, I'm going to hop off of here. If I can just ask you guys to do a couple things, 3 things to be exact, guys. Like, comment, and subscribe, guys. This is Steve Hyder, Gate City Sports Channel. Peace. I'm out, guys. All right, y'all.